Good morning, children. Children, our today's topic is about powers and roots. Powers and roots. A number multiplied by itself several times is called a power of the number. A number multiplied by itself several times is called a power of that number. Okay, we use indices to show powers. Indices to show powers, that is, how many times we are multiplying a number. That is the index or indices. The plural of index is indices. Plural of index. 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 Index ഉള്ള വേർഡിൻ്റെ പ്ലൂറൽ ഫോമാണ് indices. Indices. Okay. INDICES. Indices. So a number multiplied by itself several times is called the power of the number. That is a number multiplied by itself. When we multiply a number multiple times, we will get the power. When we multiply a number multiple times, ഒരു നമ്പറിനെ തന്നെ നമ്മൾ കുറേ പ്രാവശ്യം മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യാം. Okay, that is a power. Power. When we multiply a number two times, that is when we multiply 5 two times, we can write it as 5 squared. 5 squared. Okay, or 5 raised to the power 2. 5 raised to the power 2. Okay. Here 2 is the index or power. 2 is the index or power. If we multiply a number or 5 3 times, multiply 5 3 times means 5 cubed. 5 cubed or 5 raised to the power of 3. 5 raised to the power of 3. Okay. Or 5 to the power of 3 or 5 cubed. All are equal, children. So, here Here 5 squared can be written as 5 into 5 is equal to 25. This is 5 squared or the square of 5. 5 squared or the square of 5. Okay. Here the power is 2. Power is 2. The index shown here is 2. Okay. We are using indices to show powers. Indices to show powers. So here the index is 2. Next, 5 cubed. 5 cubed. So which is the index here, children? 3. 3. It is read as 5 cubed or the cube of 5. 5 cubed or the cube of 5. Okay. The index is 3. Next, 5 to the power 4. 5 to the power 4. That means we are multiplying 5 4 times. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. That is 5 to the power of 4. 5 to the power of 4. 4 is the power or index of the number 5. Okay. Next, 5 to the power of 5. 5 to the power of 5 means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. 5 times. Okay, we are multiplying 5 times. When we multiply a number multiple times, we will get the power of that number. Here we are multiplying 5 times. That is 5 to the power 5. Here 5 is the index power of that number. Okay. Here we are multiplying 5 times. So 5 is the power or index of that number. Let us do more examples, children. 2 squared. So here the index or power is 2. 2 cubed. 2 cubed, which means 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 times 2. Here the power is 3. Okay. Next, 2 to the power 4. 2 to the power 4 means 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. Okay. The index or power is 4. 4. Okay. So power means a number multiplied by itself several times. ഒരു നമ്പറിനെ ആ നമ്പർ കൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമ്മൾ മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത് കിട്ടുമ്പോൾ ചെയ്യുന്നതിനാണ് പവർ ഓഫ് ദാറ്റ് നമ്പർ എന്ന് പറയുക. വി യൂസ് ഇൻഡിസസ് ടു ഷോ പവേഴ്സ്. Okay. Suppose we are writing the power of 3. 3 means 3 to the power of 1. That means 3. Okay. 3 squared means we are multiplying 3 2 times. So the power is 3. Index is, sorry children, power is 2. Index also 2. Okay. 3 into 3, 9. Then 3 raised to 3. 3 to the power of 3. Okay. 3 to the power of 3 means 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 27. Okay. Then 3 to the power of 4 means 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, which is equal to 81. 81. Okay. Next, children, how this power and the roots are related. Roots means the square root, cube root, etc. are related to the powers. Okay. Let me explain this, children. Children, here 5 squared or 5 to the power of 5 squared or 5 to the power of 2 is equal to 5 times 5, which is equal to 25. 5 times 5, which is equal to 25. The square root of 25 is equal to 5. The square root of 25 is equal to 5. Here 5 squared is 25, but square root of 25 is 5. This is how square and square root is related. Okay. 5 squared means 5 multiplied by 5. 5 times 5 is 5 squared is equal to 25. Square root of 25 is equal to 5. As you already learned, the symbol, this radical sign is to represent the square root. So, square root of 25 means 5. Okay. So, if we know the square of a number, we can find the square root also. Okay. Suppose we are finding the square of 4. 4 squared. 4 squared means 4 multiplied by 4. Okay. Children, don't make mistakes here. 4 squared means not 4 into 2. It is 4 multiplied by 4. 4 times 4. That is 4 squared. Okay. 4 multiplied by 4 is 60. So what is the square root of 60? That is 4. Okay. This is how the square and square root of a number is related. If we know the square of a number, then we can easily find its square root also. Okay. Children, the square of 8, that is 8 squared, is 8 into 8, which is equal to 64. 64. Okay. Then what is the square root of 64? Square root of 64 is equal to 8. Clear? 6 squared is equal to 6 times 6. It is not 6 into 2. 6 into 2, which is a common mistake, children. So don't make that mistake. 6 squared means 6 times 6. 6 into 6 is equal to 36. So what is the square root of 36? 6. Clear? Children, here as I told you, 5 squared is equal to 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 25. So we can say square root of 25 is equal to 5. But 5 is not the only square root of 25. Let me explain this, children. Negative 5 into negative 5 also positive 25. Negative multiplied by negative is equal to positive. So negative 5 into negative 5 also positive 25. So we can say that the square root of 25 is negative 5 also. Okay. So 25 has two square roots, which are 5 and negative 5. 5 and negative 5. Okay. Similarly, we can say that 7 squared means 7 times 7, which is equal to 49. Right. Now, we will find the square root of 49, that is 7. But this 49 has one more square root, that is negative 7 multiplied by negative 7 also positive 49. So we can say that the square root of 49 is negative 7 also. So the square root of 49 are positive 7 and negative 7. Positive 7 and negative 7. Okay. Now children, we will check the relation between the cube root and the power. Cube root and the power of a number. Okay. The cube of 5. Cube of 5. That is 5 cubed. 5 cubed is equal to 5 times 5 times 5. Not 5 into 3 or 3 into 5. It is wrong. It is 5 times 5 times 5. You should multiply 5 3 times. 3 times. Not 5 into 3 or 3 into 5. Okay. Which is equal to 125. 5 cubed is equal to 5 into 5 into 5, which is equal to 125. So we can say that the cube root of 125, you already learned about cube root, is equal to 5. Okay. So 5 cubed is equal to 5 times 5 times 5, which is equal to 125. So we can say that the cube root of 125 is 5. This is how the cube and cube root is related. If you know the cube of a number, we can find its cube root also. Okay. ഒരു നമ്പറിൻ്റെ ക്യൂബ് എന്താണെന്ന് അറിഞ്ഞാൽ നമുക്കതിൻ്റെ ക്യൂബ് റൂട്ടും ഈസി ആയിട്ട് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും. ഓക്കെ. 2 ക്യൂബ്ഡ് is equal to 2 into 2 into 2, which is equal to 8. Okay. Then what is the cube root of 8? Cube root of 8 is 2. Okay. So if you know the cube of a number, cube means you should multiply that number 3 times. 3 times. If you know the cube of a number, we can find its cube root also. This is how the cube of a number and its cube root related. Okay. Children, for square root, as I told you, it has for a number, there are 2 square roots. But for a cube root, there is only 1 cube root. Okay. Only 1 cube root. As I told you, the cube root of 125 is equal to 5. But negative 5 is not the cube root. Negative 5 is not the cube root of 125. Cube root of 125. Okay. That is, a number has only 1 cube root, that is a positive number. Okay. Negative 5 is not the cube root of 125. But square numbers have square roots that are integers. Integers means positive and negative number. Positive and negative number. Okay. 13 squared is equal to 169. 13 squared means 13 into 13, not 13 into 2. Okay. 13 times 13 is 169. So we can say that the square root of 169 is 13. Okay. Similarly, 19 squared is equal to 361. So what is the square root of 361? Which is 19. Okay. Children, here the cubes of few numbers are given. 1 cube is equal to 1 time 1, which is equal to 1. So the cube root of 1 is 1. Okay. Then 2 cubed is equal to 2 times 2, which is equal to 8. Therefore, the cube root of 8 is 2. Okay. 3 cubed is equal to 3 times 3. Here which is the power, children? Power is 3. Power or index is 3. 3 times 3 is equal to 27. So what is the cube root of 27? Which is equal to 3. Okay. Then 4 cubed is equal to 4 times 4. 4 cubed. Which is the power here, children? 3. 3 is the power or index. Okay. 4 times 4 is equal to 64. So the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay. Now 5 cubed is equal to 5 times 5, which is equal to 125. So the cube root of 125 is 5. Okay. Children, you should try to memorize the first 10 cubes. 10 cubes. As you already learn about the cube roots and cubes, you memorize the first 10 cubes. Okay. So children, this is the relation between the power and roots of a number. Power and root. Power means number multiplied by itself several times. Number multiplied by itself several times is called a power. We use indices to show powers. Indices to show powers. Okay. Power is always written on the top of the number. 8 squared, which is the power? 2. 9 cubed, which is the power? 3. So power is always written on the top of the number. Okay. This power is called index. Power is called index. Okay. Children, 9 cubed means 9 times 9 times 9. 2 to the power of 4. 2 to the power of 4 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. 2 to the power of 5 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay. How many times 2, children? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. That is the meaning of 2 to the power of 5. 2 to the power of 6 means 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay. So how many times 2? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 to the power of 6. Okay. So children, the power shows how many times we multiply that number. How many times we multiply that number. 2 to the power of 8 means we multiply 2 8 times. Okay. 2 to the power of 8 means we multiply 2 8 times. 2 to the power of 10 means we multiply 2 10 times. 2 10 times. Okay. 2 to the power of 10 means not 2 into 10. We need to multiply 2 10 times. 2 ine nammal 10 times ezhuthi multiply cheyanam. That is the meaning of 2 to the power of 10. Okay. Power means repeated multiplication. Power means repeated multiplication. ഒരു നമ്പറിനെ നമ്മൾ റിപ്പീറ്റഡ് ആയി മൾട്ടിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യുന്നതിനെയാണ് പവർ എന്ന് പറയും. ഇറ്റ്സ് പവർ വിച്ച് ഈസ് റെപ്രസെൻറ്റഡ് ബൈ ഇൻഡെക്സ് ഓർ ഇൻഡിസസ്. ഇൻഡെക്സ് ഈസ് സിംഗുലർ ആൻഡ് ഇൻഡിസസ് ഈസ് പ്ലൂറൽ. ഓക്കെ. If you know the square of a number, we can find its square root. Similarly, if we know the cube of a number, we can find its cube root also. Okay. Let me show one more example. 6 squared is equal to 6 times 6, which is equal to 36. So, square root of 36 is equal to 6. This is the relation between this power and this root.